Well, the other paring knife showed up today. You know, regular Victorinox, but non-folder and smooth instead of serrated and pointed end. Very light. You know, because my only hesitation with this one is in, you know, like peeling potatoes. Yeah, you can do it, but it is not the ideal tool for it. You know, and it leaves peculiar ridges on your potato. You know, same with, you know, I've actually kind of concluded, well, I guess it would be decorative, kind of. You know, I like this knife, but I like it as a table knife. I think it's a heck of a thing. You know, like I say, butter knife, steak knife, kind of everything in combination. So I'm thinking, really, I've kind of concluded to get 3 more of these. Well, maybe 4 more, so I can keep this one for my regular use. But I think I'll get a set of 4 of them to use as table knives in that grub box. It seems excessive, seems expensive, but I'm not really cutting corners on this box. You know, because these are, what, 17 or 18 a piece? Whereas, you know, your regular little knife is like $7 or cheaper if you're buying in bulk. You know, if you buy like a half dozen of them, they're like $5 a piece. And these are also available serrated, round point. You know, it's just a matter of what you want. They have quite a wide variety. It was a funny thing. You know, in the comments, somebody had mentioned that he believed that they were being made in China. I have no reason to believe that. You know, it says right on them, Swiss made. Now, all of the packaging all says they're made in Switzerland. I have no reason to believe that they're made in China, other than, you know, I could see the possibility of that happening, only because that's the tendency. You're always on the lookout, figuring, yep, that's what's going to go down. But I'd swear these are still being made in Switzerland. You know, it is funny that years ago, like back in the 70s, a regular Swiss Army knife used to be a very expensive thing. You know, they were like $70. You'd see them in these high-end stores displayed like jewelry in a locked case. You know, they've got to be more commonplace now. I was hoping to bypass that rooster, but he heard me. But part of the reason I'm thinking table knife-wise, for this grub box thing, I've kind of concluded I want to use one of these Klein bags to keep the odds and ends of tableware in. Well, if you had any kind of a pointed knife, it's going to cut its way out of there. But these would be fine. But I'm thinking like your spatula and all that stuff could go in one of these bags in that grub box. I have found these bags to be extremely handy. I use them for, in all of my vehicles, I've got them with the tools appropriate for that vehicle. And I found them to be very handy, including a motorcycle. I carry one in that. So that's kind of my thought. I mean, you could throw in a Bic lighter, you could throw in little odds and ends that might be handy, and not have it banging around. So I think I'm going to break down and get 4 of these to use as table knives in that set. Like I say, it seems extreme, but I'm really not cutting corners on this. So, it'll work. But, for peeling, and particularly like when I get into the tomato operation, I'm thinking I might buy a half dozen of these, just regular paring knives. So like I say, I have a tendency to use my regular Field Master, which, you know, really kind of overkill. There we got another rooster. And it does have a point, which would be good for like cutting out eyes of potatoes. Whereas the round end might not be so good. So I think I want more of these, but I don't know that I would buy the black handles. I would buy like some bright color so you don't misplace them. I had dug up the onions and I was tilling the ground, and of course you always till up a few onions that had strayed away. So I got a few of these. So they're going to be part of dinner. And one of them roosters, one of these days, is going to be part of dinner. Well, here's a good test. If we'll cut a squash open. Yeah, she'll do it. But see, now here's where the round end would be better for getting the seeds out of a squash. But you can claw them out. Yeah, they're a good thin blade. Yeah, I think I got to get more of these for when I'm canning tomatoes, because that's when you use a knife a lot. Chicken, you're just begging for the pot. That would quiet him down. And he is one. Well, I was thinking about keeping that one. He's got such a beautiful voice. Yeah, these are just a good paring knife. You know, you can buy cheaper paring knives, but you know, I'm not really looking to compromise on this. So I think 4 of them folders. There again, they should probably be a bright color handle. Yeah, you don't want something that gets lost real easy. The only drawback I could see, you know, you would have to make sure none of your dinner guests walked off with a Victorinox folder. There might be that temptation. You got to be careful who you invite. Well, finished with the cube because this is my pre-dinner snack. You know, and I think You know, I think they'd work fine like the carrot scraping thing, though I think serrated might work better for scraping carrots. Yeah, nothing like having a bunch of roosters. Well, nothing like a good crisp cucumber right out of the garden.